Today we are doing a review and test on this machine, the Arc Captain MIG 200. Now this is a 6-in-1 machine, which means it will do MIG, TIG, that is lift arc, stick, flux core, spot welding, and you can do aluminum as well if you get the spool gun that goes with it. It's a dual voltage machine, which can be of great advantage to you, 110 and or 220. Another key feature of this machine is it's synergic, and what that means is as you're adjusting your amps, which is your wire speed, it adjusts the volts accordingly and keeps everything in line where it needs to be. Now, you can also go manual mode as well, but at least to start with, if you're a DIY guy or someone just learning how to weld, the synergic mode can be of a great advantage to you. So Arc Captain was good enough to send me this machine to test and review, and it's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm not going to baby this machine. It's going to be MIG only today. No stick, no flux core, no aluminum, just MIG only. I'll do some 1/8 inch, some 1/4 inch, and we'll bump it all the way up and see if it'll burn 1/2 inch, see how this thing performs. Again, not going to baby it. Going to run it through its paces. One thing I just noticed about this gun, and I think it's pretty cool, is it's got a ball swivel here. I think that's really cool. I haven't seen that on any other welder. Puts a lot less stress on the MIG gun when you're pulling it around a corner. Really cool. And a very nice gun at that. Alright, the machine comes with a really nice MIG gun, a stinger for doing stick welding, comes with a hose for your shielding gas. You do have to buy your own regulator though. A good looking ground clamp, 3 different size contact tips. Also, your machine comes with 3 different style drive rollers, knurled, V, and U-joint. This is a knurled roller, so it's for flux core. Your V rollers are for solid MIG wire. And the rollers marked U are for aluminum wire. And a spare gas diffuser and a spare nozzle. Alright, let's put this bad boy together so we can do some welding. First off, we're going to hook up our gas line. And remember, I told you, you're going to have to buy your own regulator. It does not come with the machine. They're rather inexpensive, $20, $30. I'll buy you a decent one. Alright, we're going to hook up our MIG gun. So you push the connector all the way in, and then you turn the plastic ribbed piece all the way to the right until it's secure and tight. And this thing's got a pretty good feel to it. Alright, let's get some wire in this thing. So I take my right hand and I fish the wire through that stainless steel tube. You'll see it coming out over top of the roller. I take my left hand, pinch the wire down inside the groove in the roller. Okay, at this point you want to carefully guide that wire into the other tube and then feed it through by hand, continuing to feed it. Take your time with this. Pull your top roller down, put your tensioner up, you're done. Alrighty, so at this point you hold your finger down on the trigger, pulling the wire all the way through. It doesn't take very long for it to come through. Slide your contact tip over the wire and your nozzle over the contact tip. Snug the nozzle up and you're ready to go. Okay, now let me show you how the control panel works. Okay, so the triangle in the upper left-hand side, it displays 3 different parameters. You can set your spot welding time, you can set your voltage, and you can store parameters that you want to save for future reference. Okay, by using the mode button, you can choose stick welding, you can go over to TIG welding, you can go down to aluminum spool gun, and of course you can choose MIG welding. Okay, with this button you choose wire size 023, 030, 035, and 040. Okay, you're in the synergic mode now. It's showing amps. Press it down, it will show you inches per minute, which is wire speed. And here you can see what happens if you adjust the amps. It, of course, adjusts the voltage accordingly. Okay, next button is your gun control. You can go 1T, 2T, and spot welding. 1T is pull the trigger, let your finger off the trigger, and the wire stops. Okay, and 2T is you pull the trigger, the wire comes out, you take your hand off the trigger, the wire stays on, you hit the trigger again, and the wire stops. The 3 little dots at the bottom are for spot welding. Okay, and this last button is for selecting your shielding gas depending on what you're welding. Steel, aluminum, or stainless steel. All right, now let's do a 1/4 inch butt weld. See how that works out. Here we go. Back it up. All right, let's try this. Doggy, I'm liking that. A little bit hot, but still a very nice profile. Like that. I'm liking that. Alright, time to move up to some 1/2 inch. Alright, let's try out some 1/8 inch material, still with a butt weld on a manual motor. Check this out. Check that out. Not bad at all. Yeah, here we go. Not bad at all. Kind of liking that. It was on manual mode, so I could adjust it a little bit if I wanted to, but you get the general idea. It runs very smooth. Alright, let's try some 1/4 inch material here. T-weld. Let's see what we got here. Alright, here we go. Alright, I'm liking that. That is smooth. Alright. Plenty of heat. Toes are wetted down into the material nicely. I like that. Very nice, very smooth. I'm liking this thing, man. Okay, let's try some 1x1 tubing in the synergic mode after I made the adjustment. It's about 18 gauge. There we go. Let's throw it out. Gosh, dang it, this thing is smooth, man. I just love this thing. There you have it. I'm really liking that. Very nice. That's 18 or 20 gauge, I don't know which, in the synergic mode. Alright, let's try some 1/2 inch material. T-joint. There we go. Wow, that is impressive. Wow. This thing is a brute, man. Look at that, 1/2 inch material right there. Wow, I'm so impressed with that. Okay, first thing we have here is some 14 gauge 1x1 square tubing. And I did some 1/8 inch T-weld on the 1/8 inch. Did a butt weld on the 3/16 inch, like in that. On the 1/4 inch we did a T-weld. And finally, the 1/2 inch T-weld. Alright, so let's go over some of the wire types, drive roller selection, and the polarity you'll be using regarding welding different types of material. If you're going with steel, you've got two choices of shielding gas. You've got an 80% argon, 20% CO2, or you can just run a straight CO2. It's important to note that the CO2 shielding gas is considerably less money than the 80% argon and 20% CO2. So if I were a hobbyist or a DIY guy and I'm just starting out, I'm going with the CO2 until you can realize the difference. Don't step up and spend the money on the mixed gas. Not yet. You'll go with the standard ER70S wire. It comes in a number of different diameters, readily available at almost any welding shop. For that matter, you can even go to Harbor Freight and buy it. Your drive roller you're going to be using will be a V-groove, and you're going to have to match up the number on the side of the drive roller with the diameter of wire that you're using. That's very important. Your polarity will be a dual current electrode positive, which is to say that the MIG gun is the electrode. So you're going to plug that into the electrode positive port on the machine. That's if you're using 100% CO2. If you're using 80% argon and 20% CO2, everything is exactly the same except for the shielding gas that you're using. Now when you move over to flux core, of course there is no shielding gas. Your wire will be an E71T, and they make several different types of flux core wire. The drive roller changes. It's a knurled drive roller. Your polarity also changes. It goes from DC electrode positive to DC electrode negative. So in this case you're going to take the MIG gun and plug it into the electrode negative port on the machine, and of course there's no shielding gas for that. When you move over to stainless steel, you're going to go with an ER308 wire, and again there are several different types of stainless steel wire. You're going to go back to the V-groove roller, again matching up the diameter, the number on the side of the roller to the diameter of the wire. You're going to go back to the DC electrode positive, and your shielding gas in this case will be a 98% argon and 2% CO2 mix. When you move over to aluminum, of course you need the spool gun, which doesn't come with the machine, but it's available. You're going to go with an ER53, 56 wire, or an ER40, 43 wire. And you will use a U-groove roller, again matching up the number on the side of the roller with the diameter of the wire you're using. You're going to go back to a DC electrode positive, and of course you're going to be using a 100% argon shielding gas. Now everything I just pointed out is in the Arc Captain user manual, and you would be well advised to study that manual, especially the important things like what we just saw. Matching up wire diameter with the correct roller and the right shielding gas is everything, and you have to get that right. So please reference the user manual and study it. Okay, this Arc Captain MIG 200 did a great job. I am thoroughly impressed with its capabilities. It did 1/8 inch, 1/4 inch, and 1/2 inch. Absolutely no problem. The machine is easy to use. It would be a great addition to your shop, in my opinion. Whether you're a DIY guy or you're doing light industrial. Now, if you want to get one of these machines, click on my link provided in the description. It'll get you right to Arc Captain. That will get you an additional 5% off whatever else is going on, be it a Black Friday sale or a Cyber Monday sale.